Hey there! So I want to talk with you a little bit today about hostess coaching. So we've discussed in the past that Cincy is a party plan business. This is all about the party. And the most successful parties come from the best coached hostesses. So I want to share with you what I do with my hostesses to make sure that their parties are successful, and give you a few just tips and tricks of things that I've been doing that seem to work. So the most important thing is to stay in contact with that hostess. The last thing you want to do is get her to say yes to a booking and then not contact her until the day before the party. Big mistake. Big mistake. So I send out a card to my hostesses. Sorry, I should have had this over here. To my hostesses, the day that they have their party, I send this out. It's a Cincy party with me, and your party is scheduled at, and the date and time, and it says if this date is not longer convenient, let me know as soon as possible, and my number. And then on the back of this, it says tips and tricks to a great party. Invite a minimum of 30 people. If you will get the names and addresses of your friends and family, I will send out the invites for you. Get your wish list back to me in 5 days prior to your party. This will get you $5 in host credit. My hair's standing up. Carry the set of testers with some catalogs around with you leading up to the party. With $150 in pre-orders, you'll receive $10 extras in host credits. Remember to remind your guests about the party at least 3 different ways. I sent your invites, so all you have to do now is text them and post something on social media. Remember to relax and have fun. Nobody cares what your house looks like or how amazing your snacks are. They just want a chance to relax, spend time with you, and experience the great memories that Cincy brings. And it's got my picture on it. So this goes out to my hostess as soon as the party's booked. I put it in an envelope and I mail it to her, okay? So then about 2 weeks, a week and a half to 2 weeks before the actual party, I get with her and I give her a hostess packet. Okay, so let me show you what's in my hostess packet. Well, I'm going to change that. I'm going to say 2 weeks. So what's in her hostess packet? Her hostess packet has a couple of things, and I'm going to put this in the files. She gets this 40 guests in 4 minutes, 40 and 4. And basically what this is it is to jog her memory of people that she can invite. It's also, some people call it the Frank list, the friends, the relatives, the acquaintances, the neighbors, the kids' friends. That's what she gets this. And then she gets this hostess wish list. Okay, so the point of the hostess wish list, I'm going to go through a little bit about the points of everything that goes in there as I go along. Hostess wish list. What does this do for me? 1, it tells me what kind of things she wants to see. So if I have this hostess wish list and it says I got to have it, I really want it, yada, 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 okay? So if I get this and she has on there, I got to have that diffuser, then I know without a doubt that I am bringing a diffuser with me to her party, and I'm going to talk about it. If it says she's got to have laundry line or clean line, whatever that is, it gives me an idea of the things she's interested in. And normally what she's interested in is what her family is going to be and friends are going to be interested in. The next thing that this does for me is that now I have an idea of how much she wants, okay? So I can set this for, it says to get my gotta haves, I need this much in sales. To get it all, I need this much in sales. So now we have a goal in mind, okay? There is something in the human brain, especially with women, when we write something down that we want it, we're going to get it. Never fails. The hostesses that I have that turn this in have the best parties because they know what they want, okay? So there's that. And in the card, remember, it said that if she got that to me, I'm going to give her extra in-host credits. And I'll talk about how I do that later. Now, for my home parties, I absolutely give them, if they want them, a set of basket testers. So I started using these basket tester bags, and I love them. They're great. Inside of here, what do I have in here for her? Of course, I have the set of testers now. I usually don't give them a full set. This is just the new things coming out. You know, different flyers, Scentsy Go, holiday brochure, card, business card. I do put some samples in there as well. And, okay, like Scentsy Life, because we're going to talk about bookings. That's or possibilities. I put, usually they get a card handle from me. One thing I do, because I always ask them to get those extra outside orders. So, of course, she's going to have order blanks in there like this. And what I do on mine is I highlight these items right here. These, and it's something about having things highlighted that says to people, okay, those are the things that I have to fill out. And you want this because you want their email and you want their contact information so you can follow up with them. So there's all of that goes in there in these testers. Okay, so this is what I take to her about 2 weeks out. Now, invitations. Let's talk about that. So I've asked her to send me her invitation list. Why do I do this? A couple of reasons. Number one, if you send me your invitation list, then I'm going to send your invites out. And if I send your invites out, you're more apt to stick to that party because now you can't cancel because those invitations have been sent. People have got invited to your house. The invitation is on their refrigerator. Number one reason why I send a paper invite. We're not used to that. We're not used to people sending us a paper invite to something. And it's like, oh, this is for real. Like, this girl is for real having a party. So that's there. It's on their fridge. Okay. I ask my hostesses to remind their friends and neighbors 3 different ways. I'm going to send a paper invite. I'm going to ask her to do a Facebook post. And I make that post for her. I write it out exactly like it needs to be said. I make a little pretty graphic on PicMonkey that has her name and some of the pictures. I use the pictures from the things on that wish list. And then I have the post of exactly what she wants to say. And what she's going to say is, I'm having a Scentsy party on da-da-da-da date. Who wants an invite? Okay? So now we've sent out paper invites. We've got it on Facebook. We know those people that are commenting or liking on it that we're going to follow up with them again. All right. The next step in this process is I want her to send out a text reminder. Now, the text reminder, I have her do it once, at least once, but normally twice. So the text reminder goes out 24 hours before. And I use an app called Red Stamp, REDSTAMP. It is a free app on your phone. And they even have Scentsy stuff in there. It's super cute. You make your own little invitations and she can text it out. I make it for her. I send it to her. The point of this whole thing is I want my hostess never, ever, ever to feel stressed or like this is a bunch of work for her. Okay? This is easy for her. So that's what I do for my parties that are home parties. Now, it is just as important, sometimes more important, that you do the same exact thing for your hostesses that are doing online parties. Okay? Because it's a little bit easier for them not to do what needs to be done and not follow through as much if it is an online party, right? There's nobody coming to her house. So what we have to do is we need to do really extra coaching for those online parties. Okay? So what do I do for my online parties? My online parties are a little different than they used to be. And what I have done is I have taken 10 years and all the different things I've done, took what worked and meshed it into one online party. That's what I've done. I do all my online parties as live events. But my hostess coaching, I've changed it up a little bit. Okay? So I do not post anything and I do not let my hostess post anything prior to about 2 days before the party because people forget. So 2 days prior to the party, I'm going to text my hostess, and I'm going to go in all of this when I do my online party coaching video. I'm going to text my hostess. I'm going to give her a picture of what to post. It's just like the picture that I sent out for my home parties that says, I'm having a Scentsy party. Who wants an invite? Okay? I'm going to do that. I'm going to send my hostess this, and I'm going to add all of these files for you, but I sent her this little graphic, and it says hostess with the mostest. And here it is. Here's your steps. 5 easy steps to a successful party. 1. The day before I set up your party, I will send you a graphic and text to ask your friends to invite. 2. Send me the names and addresses of your top 5 friends you want as your VIPs. I will be sending them a goodie bag in the mail. So these top 5 people, I need that about a week out. Now what am I doing? I'm taking those 5 people and I'm sending them a goodie bag. So what's in the goodie bag? I use an envelope, just a regular envelope. I don't want to use more than 1 stamp, so I need to keep it pretty thin. I use product brochures, folded up. They get a product brochure, they get a sample, they get, if I've got a lot of car candles, they may get that. The most important thing inside of that goodie bag is a invitation to this party. I understand this is an online party, so it's different. But you need an invitation in there. Just like the other one, they're going to put it on the fridge. This party's for real. It's not just something on Facebook to be overlooked. So those 5 people get those from me. I say this, get at least 25 people to respond yes, they want an invite by sending them a private message before adding them to the group or event. What does this do? This means we're not adding people to something that they don't want to be added to, especially if you're doing your parties as a group. If you're doing it as an event, when you private message people, it just makes them feel more special, and so they want to come. Send out a text message, again, reminding your guests about the party. We all get busy and forget. And number 5, be super active on your group. If your friends see your excitement, they will be excited too. Okay? So my hostess gets this. I also send her this, hostess with the mostest. Want an additional $20 in free Scentsy. Okay, so you're going to ask me how I'm giving her $20 in free Scentsy. A couple of things. Number 1, if she does all of these steps, if she does everything you ask, if she does everything that is asked of her on this to get this $20, she's going to have at least a $500 party. Am I willing to give up $20 for somebody to have a $500 party and the future sales and the future bookings and the possible recruits? Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be products she picks out. Okay, so you could give her an extra $20 in product that you have listed on your shelf. You could give her an extra $20 by giving her a extra $20 item and using your perpetual half price reward on her party and get it for $10. Lots of ways to go around this. Okay, let me tell you what's on here. 5 steps again. Remember, we're sticking with the 5. Number 1, send me the name and addresses of your 5 VIPs a week before your party. Number 2, get 25 friends to ask to be added. So that's when she posts that. They want to be invited. She needs 25 people to ask to be invited. If she doesn't get them, she needs to start asking people. 2 bookings from your party. $100 in outside orders. And number 5 is text out reminders about your party. If she does all 5 of these things, I'm giving her $20, okay? So that's a little bit about my coaching for my Facebook people. Let me check my notes and see if I've said everything. So stay in contact. Stay in contact. We've talked about that a lot. So as soon as the party's booked, she gets the paper invite, the little reminder card. I send that out. I have one made up for my online parties too that don't have the same things on the back because it's a little different. But I send that to her in the mail too, so she has something to put on her refrigerator that says she's having a party. About 2 weeks before my home party, people are getting a packet from me. I try to take it to them personally. It's just that added personal touch. The online people are hearing from me about a week out, and I'm staying in contact with them, that whole week, probably every day. How is this going? How is this going? How are people reacting? Those kind of things. And then I contact my hostess about 3 days before her party. I'm just in contact. But about 3 days before her party, I call and I say, hey, I'm working on getting things ready for your packets for your party. About how many RSVPs do you have? So I'll make sure I have enough stuff. Now at this point, if she hasn't done what she needs to do as far as posting it on Facebook and sending out an email or a text message, then we're like, okay, gotta do that. So that's 3 days out. Then about a day before, I send out a message again, and I just say something simple like, hey, getting ready for your party. Was wondering if you would have a table there I could use to set up on, or do I need to bring my own? Now, am I going to have my own table? Yeah, it stays in my car. But this is like that little extra, okay, this lady is really coming to my house. Reminder. Okay? Then the day before, the day of her party, right before I leave, I text her again and I say, hey, I'm on my way out the door. Do you need anything from the store? Did you forget to get ice? Do you need anything? I can stop and pick it up. Just those little extra touches, because they're my friends and I want to do that for my friends. So I hope this has helped. I hope that this will help you coach your hostesses to have very successful parties. Thanks so much.